Hello and welcome to Pod Meets World. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.
And this week we're talking about the episode Grandma Was a Rolling Stone.
Ooh.
Yeah, indeed. She was.
Okay. This episode originally aired November 12th, 1993, attracting 22 million viewers. At the box office, number one at the box office this week, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Beautiful.
And the Billboard Top 100 number one?
It's Mariah Carey!
Not Miley
What?
Carey?
You mean Mariah?
No.
Okay. No, you're wrong. It's not. I would do anything for love.
Okay.
It's I would do anything for love, but I won't do that by Meatloaf. See, Justin refused to do his part.
Meatloaf? That was the name of the band?
Oh my god. Just kill me now. Do you seriously not know who Meatloaf is?
Look, Paul, when I was young, I didn't really care to look at artist names. I just listened to the songs and not know what songs or who sung them.
And it's persistent up until now.
Well, little less of that now. I pay more attention now than I did then.
Yeah, because it's all the J-pop crap. Anyway.
I could
Good old
probably
American.
I could probably name more J-pop artists, maybe.
Yeah,
Which is kinda sad, but
are they really artists?
yes, they are.
I'll agree to disagree. But yes, it's I do anything for love, but I won't do that by Meatloaf. Alrighty, so this episode. Mr. Feeney has roped Corey and Sean into removing snails from his garden under the guise that they can use it for bait for their upcoming fishing trip with Corey's dad. Mr. Feeney's a bastard. I approve. Alan arrives and informs them that fish don't eat snails before teaching them how to cast a line and knocking down a potted plant from Mr. Feeney's backyard in the process. Mr. Feeney asks to give it a try and, of course, nails the line into the little bucket gimmick. He attempts to tell old stories of his time bass hunting, but Alan cuts him off.
Sounds
That's
fascinating, George.
That's fascinating, George. So good. And Corey asks why his brother isn't joining them on the trip this year. Alan starts to explain that Eric is more interested in girls, and soon Corey will be that way. Then realizes when all his kids grow up, he'll just be a lone fisherman with nothing but stories. Like his certain neighbor there. Can you just scare yourself, Dad? Oh, yeah. It's so good. Inside, Eric is teaching Morgan a speech to tell girls at the mall that will get them interested in Eric. This might be the best sentence in history.
She's his wingman.
This is my older brother, Eric. He's very shy. Ah! Oh, hell no. Amy's amused, but approves of it, if only because their kids are spending time together. Suddenly, their grandmother drops by for a visit. She brings a shrunken head for Morgan and a bullwhip for Eric. She gives dried cactus to her son and Amy. Because it'll keep you regular. We'll think of you in our middle age. Multiple times a day. It's a shit joke. In more ways than one.
Yeah.
And she tells everyone that she's only in town for the weekend. With her grandchildren gathered around, Grandma Matthews promises to buy Morgan a ton of clothes at the mall, take Eric to a car show to look at girls, because of course. And take Corey to get a Cal Ripken baseball card autographed. Needless to say, the kids are all thrilled. Saturday comes, and she is tired after the mall and car show. Corey's a bit worried she's too tired for their baseball outing on Sunday, but she assures him that she wouldn't miss it for the world. Mr. Feeney comes over and asks for Eric's help in entertaining his niece. You're dating a teenager, Mr. Feeney? Not since the Eisenhower administration. It's so good. Eric fakes being sick, presumably because he didn't want to be involved with any relative of Feeney.
Until he wants to get involved with the relative of Feeney.
About 30 seconds later.
It's like, oh, cute girl, okay.
He ends up advising Mr. Feeney that most teen girls enjoy dinner at a movie. The next day, Eric sees Mr. Feeney's niece, Jessica, and is dumbstruck. Well, I mean, it is Eric, so...
Yeah.
He tells his little sister to come out after a minute to say nice things about Eric. He takes that minute to try and impress Jessica, while Mr. Feeney looks on in annoyance. Morgan soon comes out to say her rehearsed lines, but manages to sneak in something about Eric taking her to the carnival, because she ain't fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, he salvages it, and Jessica accepts an invitation to go to the carnival with Eric and Morgan. Back in the kitchen, Corey is worried that his grandma's nowhere to be found. His mum tries to distract him by baking muffins. Lots of muffins. Ultimately, Corey realizes his grandma isn't going to show up. Though disappointed, he tells his mum tells him to try and make the most of Sunday by spending it with Sean. However, he finds out Sean is out fishing with Corey's dad because Corey never told him that he was going to change his fishing plans to get the card autographed. Corey is beyond disappointed that both his grandma and dad ditched him, so he goes to his treehouse to sulk. That's where he catches Eric, Morgan, and Jessica returning from their trip to the carnival. When Morgan leaves, not without weaseling some sunglasses from Eric, the two teens share a kiss, but are soon caught by Alan and Sean, who just came back from their fishing trip. After everyone says their goodbyes, Eric securing a date with Jessica and Sean enjoying his fishing trip, Corey and his dad go into the kitchen to talk about Grandma's unusual way of showing her love. Though she may forget important events in Alan's life, she always made it up to him later with a showy gesture. When Corey's grandma returns, excuses already on her lips, Corey gives her an out and knows that she'll make it up to him next time. Mr. Feeney comes over, upset that Eric is apparently meeting with his niece after dark, but Grandma Matthews covers for him after learning Mr. Feeney doesn't give Corey straight A's. Why not? Have you talked to the boy? Oh, it's so good. She leaves to run over Feeney's flowers. Because of course.
Who's that woman? That's my grandma.
In the end credits tag, Sean admires Corey's baseball card and tells him that it's really valuable. Corey realizes his grandma might have lied about getting it cheaply and appreciates the money and effort that went into to get the card for him. They ponders her joke about that she shot a man in Reno just to watch him die was really more than a joke.
She shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
50-50.
Alright, found it at a flea market for $7. Take your pick.
So what'd you all think of this episode?
It was great. And definitely a surprise for seeing who the grandma was. Title-wise, I do not know her name, but she most commonly known as one of the ladies from the Golden Girls.
Yes. She had done a bunch of other shows prior to that.
Huh.
I'm assuming that's a shock for Justin, because you've probably never seen the Golden Girls.
I haven't, but I know it was a popular thing.
Okay. Also, Jessica is played by Kerry Russell, who was on The Americans and was in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the 2014 one, and a bunch of other stuff. Alrighty, so did either of you have anything else about this episode?
So, what's Corey's brother's name again?
Eric?
Eric. Yeah. Does he always have a different girlfriend every episode? Is that like a trend that keeps going and going?
For the first year or two, I want to say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the first 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
I'm really hoping that tattoo on his arm isn't permanent.
I wish it was. That would be too good. Because he gets the Lamborghini girl to sign his arm at the car show, and I'm like, Eric, you fucking moron.
He is the most unrelatable character in this show so far.
Is he, though?
Yeah.
I don't think he's the... I don't think he is. I think to a certain segment of the audience, they might not want to admit it.
Yeah. But they're the group of people that have made mistakes, and they gotta live with them. Who?
I mean...
Because Eric's, he's not a bad guy. He's just kinda...
He's not committed to one person.
He doesn't think too much before he leaps into
No,
stuff.
he just
too,
kind of
yeah.
rushes into things and is like, oh, fuck it, what's gonna happen?
Meanwhile, I guess making out with Feeney's daughter.
Niece.
Not daughter, niece. You know.
Such a good show.
How long are you in there? Enough to watch you two swap spit.
So good.
Also, additionally, all the muffins. So many
oh,
muffins.
good.
So what? Was Corey making all the muffins too?
And his mom. That's how she distracted him for a while.
Over a long while, yes. Are they gonna have a big bake sale of muffins?
Because there's like 200 goddamn muffins in their kitchen.
They're going to have a big sale. You cannot eat that many muffins.
At least not before they all go stale, and apparently some are not that great either.
I love,
They're a little dry.
I love that I would recommend the muffins.
You like the
Because they're
muffins?
literally covering the kitchen.
They didn't make dinner or lunch or anything, just muffins.
You've got muffins for 2 weeks, bitch. Alright, so if neither of you have anything else, next week we'll be talking about the episode Teacher's Bet. Corey and Feeney are going to make a bit of a bet. Corey's going to put up his bike. Feeney's going to put up a fifth of his week's salary. And Corey's going to teach a class.
Oh boy.
It's going to be a very special episode.
Ooh.
And I mean that in the like the NBC, a very special episode.
Ooh.
We're going to learn about racism.
Yay!
Are you
I
are
guess
you
they-
cheering racism or learning about racism?
Learning!
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to
suppose
get
they have
nervous there.
They had to do it at some time, I'm sure.
Because the minute I said we're learning about racism, you just went, yay!
Yay, they're learning, maybe.
Well, it could have been misinterpreted.
I know, I mean,
I know what you mean. I'm just being a dick.
it's the one
Ladies
thing
and
they
gentlemen,
should
introduction
know
to
about.
Paul.
Anyway, until next week, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.